Hey everyone, it's Tish. Welcome to my channel, the LP Mitch Experience. I am coming to you today, Tuesday, November 16th, and I'm here to talk post-op, post-surgery, post-double mastectomy surgery. As you can see, I am still healing. You can see my size. Turn here, it's a little bit smaller. I still have the recovery bra that they give. So I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. I have the tissue expanders in. I've had a couple of visits. Since my last video, I've had 2 visits with my plastic surgeon. I've had a visit with my breast surgeon. And yesterday I had a visit with my general practitioner. We'll talk more about that. But in my 2 visits with the plastic surgeon, he actually looked at the post-surgery area. He filled the tissue expanders up twice. And then this week when I go back, he'll actually remove the air from the tissue expanders and start filling it with saline. So I'll have 2 visits where I have saline placed inside of the tissue expanders. So all my bandages have been removed for the most part. Most of the staples and sutures have dissolved. I have a couple of more that haven't yet, and they were kind of giving me some blues yesterday. But for the most part, I feel fine physically. The tissue expanders, it's different. Like I said in my last video, because they're sutured here, here, well, here it feels like, and down here, you can actually feel it. You can feel where they're sutured into, I guess it's the muscle, because I don't have any breast tissue whatsoever. This here that you see is just skin over a tissue expander. There's no breast tissue up here. The breast surgeon actually told me that she removed all of the tissue here in this area, of course, in the breast area, all the latissimus tissue that's found here, and all that's typically found right above that rib cage, right below that breast tissue. So I have absolutely no breast tissue whatsoever on either one of my breasts. She actually removed 9.7 pounds of breast tissue, which is a lot. I immediately lost 10 pounds. And I thought it was funny because I weighed myself a few days after surgery just to weigh myself, because I had gotten in the habit of weighing myself with this program that I was on. And I saw that I was like 12 pounds lighter, and I was like, something's wrong with my scale. So when I had my visit with her, she was like, girl, you put me to work. I had some work to do. I removed 9.6 pounds of breast tissue from you, so you should feel lighter. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. So there was nothing wrong with your scale. That was correct. You had 5 pounds on the left and then 4.5 on the right. And I removed it all. She said, I made sure that I removed all tissue. I did not want any tissue remaining. With the type of cancer that I have, she didn't want to risk any type of reoccurrence coming back within breast tissue that's still found in the breast area. So she's removed all breast tissue. She did also share with me that, and I didn't get a chance to take any video as I went to each of the visits like I did in my last video. I would have liked to have done it, but it's kind of awkward to do it when you're with other people. They don't get what you're doing, and I don't have the patience to explain what I'm doing. So I just didn't do it. She did state to me that there was no spread of the cancer cells to the lymph nodes that she removed and tested through pathology, which is a blessing. But there's still another step that I'm waiting for, and I should learn that Thursday of this week, which is what my Oncotype score is. And so the Oncotype score, that is what helps doctors to determine if you need chemotherapy or not. When you have an estrogen positive, HER2 negative, early stage breast cancer, as I had. They want to make sure with that oncotype number that that cancer does not occur somewhere else within the body later on down the future. And so that's the thing that I'm waiting for now, because I do have that type of cancer. I have an invasive lobular HER2 negative, estrogen positive cancer. And that type of cancer does not respond with chemotherapy treating the cancer cells, but it could benefit from chemotherapy not reoccurring in other areas if you have a higher oncotype score. And so that's what I'm waiting on now. And so as a woman that's under 50, and I had been researching kind of what the oncotype score is and how that helps, so I can make sure I'm going into my visit with my oncologist educated. And that was one of the things that my breast surgeon encouraged me to do. She was like, you've done all this research, stay on it, stay on top of it, so we can all together within the tumor board make a best decision for you. So since I'm a woman under 50, a reoccurrence score of 0 to 15 is the cancer has a low risk of coming back. And so the benefits of chemotherapy will likely not outweigh the risk of the side effects of any type of hormone therapy that they give me. And then a reoccurrence score of 16 to 20, the cancer has a low to medium risk of reoccurrence. The benefits of chemotherapy will likely not outweigh the risk. Then when you get to 21 to 25, then there's a medium risk, and the benefits of chemotherapy are likely to be greater than the risk of the side effects. And then 26 to 100, the cancer is a high risk of reoccurrence, and the benefits of chemotherapy are likely to be greater than the risk of the side effects. So we're waiting on what that score is for me due with my age. My cancer was stage 1A. It was invasive lobular. I did not have any spreading to the sentinel nodes that they removed. She also removed some nodes from under my arm. And I can tell because it's still really numb in this area. I don't have as much feeling in this area as I do under this arm. I can feel everything under this arm. I have little feeling under this arm. I have no feeling here. I have no feeling whatsoever here. So that's where I am now. I went to my general practitioner yesterday because if you remember in a previous video, I had a MRI, a breast MRI. And during that breast MRI, it picked up an enhancement in my thyroid, which was separate and apart from any of the breast work that was being done, but they showed that enhancement. So my breast surgeon ordered an ultrasound of the thyroid just so I can have it, so they can start exploring what that might be. And so I went to my general practitioner yesterday to get the results because I saw on my chart that my pathology had been back for 2 weeks and I hadn't heard from anybody, so I just went to my general practitioner. And he read the results of that, and he did show that there were nodules that he wants to have biopsied because he says that could be a probability that there's cancer there. Okay, so I have that visit that I have to do. That's just another step. It's just another thing. And I'm going to deal with it. It's funny because I originally made this video on Sunday. And Sunday wasn't a good day. Yesterday wasn't a good day. Today isn't the best, but it's better. But I probably should have kept that video Sunday. I scrapped it because my mood was not the best. But you know what? That's a reality. And I regret kind of scrapping that video now. I should have kept parts of it because that's the reality. Having emotional awareness is key right now in this journey. And my emotions are all over the place. And I think it's because I really haven't had the opportunity to just kind of rest and be still with me being back to work. This is my 3rd week back to work. My first week back to work, I worked about 55, 60 hours that week. Last week, I tried to scale it down to 45. This week, I'm going to try and keep it to 40. But it's just, work is so mentally taxing. You know, I have help and support here. It's more so for the physical, but there's a mental aspect to this, and you just need a break from the mental. And a lot of times, I think especially as women, we don't get the opportunity to have a mental break, because especially if you're mom, if you're the dominant parent, if you're, you know, solely responsible, you don't get a break. You don't get time off. I'm working, and then after work, I'm doing homework. I'm checking in, because it's key for me to check in with Nicholas. If there's not anything else that I'm doing, I'm checking in with him. You know, I don't parent the way our parents parented us or our grandparents parented us in a number of the ways, you know. Not saying that there was anything wrong with the way that they raised us, but as far as communication goes, I don't do the whole a child is seen is not heard. I don't do the do as I say, not as I do type of parenting. I try and model my behaviors more so with my actions than less with my words. I don't do the don't question me or don't ask me why type of parenting, because I've learned that that does not give a child a voice. When you've been silenced as a child your whole entire life, you know, the whole seen and not heard, you know, don't question me. Do as I say, not as I do. You can't expect for a child to have and know how to use their voice and know how to make decisions and know how decisions are made and the rationale and the why when you've silenced them, when you've not allowed them to ask questions or question you, when you've not explained your reasoning, your logic. They don't become good problem solvers, you know. And we love to say that children are resilient. You know, children are resilient. They can handle anything. It's no problem. But I've always, especially since I've been a parent, I've always questioned that, because I've thought, if children are so resilient, why are there so many screwed up adults dealing with childhood traumas right now? So to me, that statement is counterproductive to parenting. You know, it kind of releases you from some of the mistakes and the decisions that you've made that haven't been favorable to your child, in some ways. Not saying that children aren't resilient, because people can be resilient, but I think you have to show them that also. You can't just take for granted that you can just rip the Band-Aid off and leave it and leave them screaming and that's it. They're going to tough it out and they're going to get over it. I just think that there are just things that you have to make sure that you are doing as a parent, that you are modeling as a parent. And so I try to stay engaged. I try to stay connected to Nicholas, even during this process. Sunday, he was outside by himself hitting the ball. And since he's an only child, he already spends a lot of time by himself. He doesn't have siblings. And so I try to stay connected and engaged. And so I went out there with him and I was just coaching him. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't throw the ball with him like I typically would. I couldn't catch the ball like I typically would. But I just stayed out there and just encouraged him through and kind of gave him some pointers. And we just had a good time. We spent about 30, 45 minutes out there hitting the ball, sitting on the swing, just talking, because I think it's important for him to know that I'm here, that I'm okay. Checked in with him probably a week and a half after surgery, and he asked me if I'm sure I'm not going to die, because he knows, he saw on TV or something that people with cancer die. And so I'm trying to stay connected to that. And I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that this is a lot for him. And so I don't get that break. The people, your caretakers and the people around you, that's just not something that they understand, that they know that's a part of your role. And so putting in the work. And so I don't know. I say all that to say, having to work long hours and then coming back and on my real job as mom, checking in, it's draining. It's draining. I do know that when I go to have my reconstruction next year, I am trying to position the timing to where I can take at least 3 straight weeks off, no work whatsoever. And that'll help with some of the emotional stress that I feel, because when I get drained, I know me. When I get drained emotionally, mentally, I get annoyed. I get easily irritated. And I don't have any patience for anything. I have no good understanding for something that does not make sense for me. And so I've been agitated these last couple of weeks because it's hard. Sitting on meetings all day, working through strategies, working through issues that are coming up as a result of everything that's going on, trying to help a 4th grader with division with 3 to 4 digit numbers, trying to understand this new way that they're teaching them how to do that. What? Anyway, man, where did y'all come up with this concept to teach them how to do division? Carry the 1, remainder of a number. Like, that's how we learned it. And that's how I'm teaching them. Because all of this other stuff, assumptions and all of that, man, please. Anyway, that's my rant. Stay focused. So in the rest of this video, I'm going to show something that I left out of my last video, some items that I got from some friends and family to just help prepare or before surgery or after surgery, that were just real nice, just comforting gifts. I will say that this is one of the gifts, and it's a breast pillow, and I have 3 of these now, and I use them a lot, especially when I'm working and I have it and I'm sitting up to kind of help just cushion this area in my arms. It's very soothing when I'm sitting at my desk. When I'm riding in the car, I put the seatbelt over it. It helps protect, because again, this area is still tender. And so I use these all the time. I use it when I'm asleep, so I can have a place to rest my arms as I'm laying back, because I'm still sleeping on my back. I'm not sleeping on my side yet. I'm still not driving. I'm still not lifting anything over 5 pounds, or at least I shouldn't be. I'm still not stretching my arms out to the side, up. I'm not bending down. No, I'm lying. I do bend down, because one thing I do know that I've found is that I've been real clumsy during this. Like, I pick something up and I immediately drop it. Like, I don't know what's up with that. So I've learned to pick things up strategically, creatively, because I'm always dropping stuff. Like, the minute I pick up, it just falls. But I did receive a lot of awesome gifts from friends and family. Flowers from friends and family, my neighbor that lives next door to me. Just beautiful sentiments from people that have just been saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, hang in there, I'm praying for you. I appreciate it, because it's needed. And then I will say that if you are squeamish, there will be a part of the video that I'll put a blurb up for you to click off, because I am showing you what it looks like. Not just my little surgical bra, but I'm actually going to show you what a double mastectomy with tissue expanders and the type of cut that I receive looks like. So just have an idea. And like when I said that it's not a breast reduction, you'll clearly see why I said having a double mastectomy is not a breast reduction at all. So everyone, thank you for your support. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Please share this video with friends, with family, with anyone who you know might find this helpful. Okay. So I have me some Lysol. That's what I'm talking about. Got me some Clorox wipes. Got me some gloves. And then a little gift bag with me travel size hand sanitizer, some Tylenol, travel spray. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Then one of my dears brought this by today for me. And of course I knew she wouldn't be her if she didn't have a book in here for me to partake in some good reading while I'm supposed to be resting. She knows me well. And just got a bag full of treats in here. Wow. Okay. So I have some lounge wear to lounge in. Yes, ma'am. Got me some socks. Oh, that matches that. That matches that. Some socks. And then also it came in this bag. I love this bag. This bag will get put to much use over the weekend. And then some treats in there. Let me see. So here we got some body lotion. Snickerdoodle. Gluten-free protein ball snickerdoodle. I love snickerdoodle cookies. Love them, so that's right. And then Funfetti protein balls. And then in here, it is not over yet. Hand cleanser. Because I gotta stay bacterial and infection free. So that's that. And then this is more from my cousin, another family member. Got me some nice snuggly socks. A big pretty blanket. Another blanket. I love it. And then, look at this. The little book of prints. She knows me. Know I love prints. And then, oh my God. Yes, ma'am. This is probably my absolute favorite scent. I love mahogany teak wood. It smells so rich and just strong. I love it. I love it. And then from my sister-in-law, I got, I love it. I love leopard print. So I got another pillow. Hey, I got another pillow in leopard print. Ew, that's what I'm talking about. Leopard print is one of my favorite prints. I have leopard print shoes. I have a leopard print purse. I have leopard print a lot of stuff. So that's one of my favorite prints. And then I have earplugs. No, that's right. Yes, and then an eye patch to help me get some rest. That'll probably help with my sleep a lot. A whole lot. Oh, I know excellent straps for your drains, to carry your drains. So these are some straps also to help carry drains. This is excellent. This is excellent. Yep, you can carry your drains with these easier also. This is awesome. This is awesome. I love it. So here's my bed and how my bed is set up. Because I have to sleep on my back, which is horrible for me. But I also have to sleep elevated. So I have two wedges here that are kind of keeping me semi-propped with my body pillow. And then I have a blanket in between the body pillow. And then another wedge for my legs, because I found having my legs elevated makes it more comfortable rather than just flat. So I do have a bed that will lift slightly, but I just didn't find that comfortable. So the wedges helped me a lot. And then you see my chest pillow here that I do use over me. But also in my bed, I have this little basket. I've had this basket for years. Found it at Aldi. But I have everything that I need right here, right next to me, so I don't have to reach for stuff. So I have my water bottle, I have my eye patch, I have my medications, I have my mask, the remote for the bed, the other medication I have to take. I have my glasses that I wear at night, some tissue. Also have the bed remote. I just moved that, but that's here. And then I also have my headphones that I wear at night that helps me to go to sleep. And my breathing treatment. I have to do this 10 times a day, each hour that I'm up, and try and get the mark up to 1,500 just to keep my lungs clear and strong. So I had a barf bag in here, but I don't need that any longer. I don't feel nauseous as much. But this is my setup. It's about as comfortable as it can get sleeping on your back. I don't like sleeping on my back at all. I hate it. I'm not really getting a lot of rest with it. I just hate it. It's hard on my lower back. It's hard on my butt. Just staying stationary like that. But this makes it as best as I can. Getting ready to take my shower. I was kind of trying to wait for my husband to come, see if he could help me a little bit, but I'll give him a few more minutes because I'm getting a little tired and I want to just lay down, and it's coming time for me to take my medicine, and I want to take it and lay down. I have a lanyard here. That's what they give you to hold the drains up while they're in the shower. So I'll be using that, draining, using another surgical bra. They gave me another surgical bra at the hospital to replace the one I have on now because it is bloody. And I want to wash it and put a fresh one on. So be doing that and then laying down. I've just been resting. I try to stay mobile as much as I can. In between my rest, walking is important. You don't want to lay around too much. You want to keep those legs moving even when you're laying down. I have my compression socks on as to not set up blood clots, because after surgery you should really try and move around, move those legs, move your extremities so blood clots won't form and travel. So I've been very mindful of that. So it's gonna be my first time just actually looking at the dressings, or looking at myself without the dressing. I don't know if I can do that just yet, but I'm gonna take a shower here shortly. Talk to you later. So I'm looking at myself for the first time. It's
probably a week and a few days after surgery. As you can see with the bilateral cut, it goes all the way to the latissimus area of your chest, which goes right at the edge of your back, on both sides. I did not look at myself when I took my shower for the first time. This is the first time that I'm able to just kind of take it all in. You see two of the drains there. Um, he had removed the bandages that were covering it by this time, and I'm just kind of taking it all in and just seeing how it's healing and progressing. But this is my first time really taking a look. As you can see, the breast area, there is no areola, there is no nipple. It's just the tissue expanders that have just a little bit of air in them, and that's the shape of the breast.
To have it on the lanyard because I'm letting things kind of dry out. I just got out the shower. I washed my hair because I have a retie tomorrow. And so I wanted to let some of this dry out, air dry a little bit before I put my dressings back on it. So, and then I'm waiting for someone to come help me put my dressings back on because I try to put them from scar to scar, and then put the bra enclosure over it, and it's hard to do by myself. So just waiting, letting it air dry, waiting for a couple of my friends to come by, and they'll probably help me. Bye. Okay, I just wanted to go through some of the other gifts that I got after I made um, the other video. Um, my team at work got me this plant. It says work will suck without you, and it's actually a succulent plant that I can actually plant, and so I intend to plant that plant in here. I thought that was really cute. Succulents are some of my favorite plants to grow, and so that was very thoughtful of them to send that to me. In addition to, they sent me this box from Etsy, a box of hugs, and it has different types of lavender products in it. Um, and so it has like a face cloth, and it has a bath bomb, some bath salts, candles, um, body butter, a shea butter soap bar, all in the scent of lavender. It smells really, really good. It has this lavender natural body oil. Smells really light, really good. It is not overpowering at all. So I'll be using this at some point because it's very nice, very light scent, and very appreciative of that. So that also came from my team at work. In addition to a former employee turned friend, her and her daughter got me really pretty house plant, a succulent plant, and then this basket of yummy goodies that came. Really sweet gift from Harry and David. Has different types of chocolate, white chocolate pretzels, blueberry chocolate, and just different types of chocolate treats that I have. I love the basket. I love the ribbon, so I'll be repurposing that. In addition to that, also they got me these compression socks, which are helpful. I will say that after surgery and when you come home, if you have to stay in the hospital overnight like I did, they typically have those things on your legs to kind of keep the blood circulation and the blood flowing so you don't have blood clots. But once you come home, you don't have that. So my first 2 weeks I used compression socks, and I wore those at night. I wore those to kind of walk around in, or if I was just going to be kind of laying around for a while. And so these do come in handy. I will be saving them again for my reconstruction, because I'll have a longer hospital stay for reconstruction and I'll have a longer recovery time. I also have a journal in here. Everyone's trying to encourage me to get back into writing. I used to write in my journal all the time. And I stopped in my early 20s, and I just haven't really picked it back up. I started again in my 30s, and I put it back down. And I might just get back into it because I've been encouraged to kind of write, trying to get my thoughts out and write. But I'm just against journaling personally, because I've been violated by that. To have someone read your thoughts without your permission, it's kind of, and so that's just kind of turned me off from journaling. And then in addition to that, just some self-care stuff that was in here that they got me, and I was really appreciative of that. And then she knows who she is. She is so wrong for these cookies. Excellent, excellent cookies by Old Sugar. Nicholas has been killing himself. These are very good, very addictive. And so I wanted to just thank everyone for just looking out for me and just letting me know that you're here for me. I appreciate it. Just some tips that I wanted to share with folks out there. So as I've recovered and as I've worked through all the different things that I bought initially and that I received as gifts and that I just felt like I needed, I would say the main tip I would give is to have button front shirts. I didn't realize how many that I did not have that have been helpful to have. So most of my button front shirts are blue jean shirts, but I didn't have any like regular shirts. And like I said, I'm back at work, so I'm still working. So, and just going out and about, it's key to have something that snaps up or buttons up in the front. Nothing that you have to pull over your head or try to do too much maneuvering in, I found have been key. I am so happy that I invested in the wedges and the bed pillow, because that has helped me to be comfortable in my sleep as best that I could and try and get a good night's sleep or a sleeping position. Those have been key. That bed pillow and the wedges that I have under my legs and I have above my head, key. The other thing is the robe that I had that held my drains. That was good. That is key. When I didn't want to have like my pajama shirts on, or if I was kind of changing and transitioning, just sitting, I just wanted my robe on, and I didn't want the drains kind of connected to me, because I had just had them connected with safety pins like they had them at the hospital, which is fine, works perfectly fine. But when I wanted to just kind of release that there, I could sit them in those pockets in that robe, and that came helpful and handy to me. The other thing that has been part of my recovery are my eye patch. When I want to rest during the day and I don't like it to be really light when I'm trying to take a nap, so I'll put my eye patch over my eyes so I can sleep. And even at night, when you have the TV on or the phone light kind of around you and you're trying to rest or just prepare yourself for rest, I would put my eye patch on. I would put my earplugs in or my headphones on, and I'd listen to my YouTube videos or podcast or my music, or just some meditation apps that I have. I would listen to those, and that would help me to get me in a realm of sleep and rest. So those were some of the key items. I always burn my candles, of course, in my room, or my aromatherapy. But as far as for recovery, those were key. It was helpful for me to already have prepared everything that I use at waist length, at arm length. So anything that I would typically have to reach out for, reach up for, or reach down for. Prior to surgery, I brought it all and put it on my counter. So toothbrush, toothpaste, face cream, hair bonnet, hair oil, hairspray, mouthwash, any type of medicines, any type of band-aids. Put everything on counter level, so you don't have to worry about trying to possibly bend down or reach up for it or any of that. It was just helpful for me to have just everything right there. And that reduced some of the extra movement that I had or needed to make. Since I did a lot of moving for work, I tried to reduce other areas where I didn't need to move. Drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water because you're taking pain medication and you're taking antibiotics. And so to try and move some of that from your system, drink as much water as you can possibly take. I tried to drink at least 3 of those 33-ounce cups that they gave me at the hospital a day to try and get some of that out of my system, because when you come back from the hospital, you have that anesthesia, you have the IV drips that are in you, and so just to move that water out is good. So those are the things that I focused a lot on over the last 2-3 weeks as I recovered. Like I said, I have a visit on Thursday with my oncologist where I'll learn my oncotype. I'll have a visit with my plastic surgeon after that to then release the air from the tissue expanders, and my first saline visit where he'll put the actual saline into the tissue expanders, and it's a 2-visit process. So this will be the first visit where he releases the air, puts in partial of the saline. I might go a little bit bigger than where I am now, but not too much. I don't want to be really, really busty even during this interim phase. I want to see how I feel and how I look with the size that I am, so we can discuss what that looks like for reconstruction. But that's another video, that's another conversation, that's another thought. But again, thank you for watching, for hanging out with me today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment. I want to have conversations with you down in the comment section. Share this with any and everyone that you know that would find this beneficial. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.